Okay, y'all, let's have a conversation about LA because it's a lot that's been going on. But in case you don't know, which who don't know, where y'all been if you don't know? LA is still on fire, y'all. Here we is going over 2 weeks and it's still on fire. Like a bunch of new fires done popped up all over the place, but LA is still burning.
This morning, parts of Southern California still burning. Overnight, a new fire growing near San Diego. Flames from the border fire spreading in a remote mountain area, burning through over 800 acres. Firefighters working to contain it this morning and evacuation orders issued. As the smoke from the Hughes fire still fills the sky north of Los Angeles, more than 10,000 acres scorched in less than 2 days.
Well, there is another fire emergency in Los Angeles County with new wildfires driven by high winds. Overnight, a brush fire broke out near a really popular highway. People living nearby have been warned to get out. Jonathan Vigliotti has the latest from LA.
Firefighters descended quickly on the Sepulveda fire that broke out overnight just off the 405 freeway.
This is obviously near a much more populated area and next to one of the busiest freeways in the world.
New wildfires have erupted in Southern California, more danger for a region in desperate need of a break. Firefighters are making progress against the Hughes fire, which is burning about 45 miles north of Los Angeles. It has torn through more than 10,000 acres and sent tens of thousands of people scrambling from their homes. Right now, at least 8 fires are burning in the area. That's including the Palisades and Eaton fires that killed at least 28 people and destroyed thousands of homes and businesses.
Now, of course, because of this, Trump made his way to LA. Of course, he got off his plane and he was greeted by Gavin Newsom. They had an exchange of words. By their demeanor, they seemed to be cool with each other. Now, Trump was talking mad about Gavin, okay, in the way that he handled the situation. So I don't know what he said to him. And we could say, of course, he's the president. He's supposed to be professional. But Trump be going off for everybody. He don't care about that. So, of course, he gave his little, professional "I'm a president" speech or whatever when he was met by Gavin. But we don't really know what their conversation was.
Jonathan, I don't know if we can hear from there, but let's listen in.
Now, later on, he did go and have a sit down, a roundtable or something to discuss the rebuilding with the mayor. I can't think of the lady's name right now, the black lady who was looking real stupid when she came off the plane, coming back from wherever she was in Africa somewhere. And they was asking her about the fire and she act like she was deaf, dumb, and blind. Like she literally act like that man wasn't asking her nothing. Y'all remember that lady?
Fire chiefs say that they're really stretched to the limit and running out of water. What have you got to say to that? Have you no response to that? Do you owe citizens an apology for being absent while their homes were burning? Do you regret cutting the fire department budget by millions of dollars, Madam Mayor? Have you nothing to say today?
Can you back up? I appreciate it.
Have you absolutely nothing to say to the citizens today? Elon Musk says that you're utterly incompetent. Are you considering your position?
So anyway, he had none of that smoke, it seemed like, for Gavin. But when he got in this meeting, they got into it. She was trying to give him the regular rhetoric of, that politician talk. Oh, we're going to do this and we're going to do that. And thank you for being here. And then Trump got in that ass.
But we are going to move as fast as we can. But we want you to be safe. And we want you to be back in your homes immediately.
But the people are willing to clean out their own debris. It doesn't cost a lot.
Yes, and they can.
You should let them do it because by the time you hire contractors, it's going to be 2 years.
If a family...
The people are willing to get a dumpster and do it themselves and clean it out.
And they can.
There's not that much left. It's all incinerated.
That's right.
And, it's just going to take a long time if you do. You can do some of it, but a lot of these people, I know that guy right there that's talking, I know my people. You'll be on that thing tonight, throwing the stuff away, and your site it'll look perfect within 24 hours, and that's what he wants to do. He doesn't want to wait around for 7 months till the city hires some demolition contract that's going to charge him $25,000 to do his lot. Yeah. I think you have emergency powers just like I do, and I'm exercising my emergency powers. You have to exercise them also.
I did exercise them.
Because I looked, I mean, you have a very powerful emergency power, and you can do everything within 24 hours.
Yes. And if individuals want to clear out their property, they can. Well, yes, but you know that you will be able to go back soon.
Mr. President.
We think within a week.
That's a long time, a week. I'll be honest. To me, everyone's standing in front of their house. They want to go to work, and they're not allowed to do it.
And the most important thing is for people to be safe.
They're safe. They're safe. You know what? They're not safe. They're not safe now. They're going to be much safer. A week is actually a long time, the way I look at it. I watched hundreds of people standing in front of their lots, and they're not allowed to go in. It's all burned. It's gone. It's done. Nothing's going to happen to it. It's not going to burn anymore. There's nothing to burn. There's almost nothing to burn. And they want to go in. The people are all over the place. They're standing, and I say, why aren't you going in? We're trying to get a permit. And the permit's going to take them, everybody said 18 months. You said 18 months. You said 18 months.
As we speak, there are 6,000 acres burning in my district on the Mexican border. There will be more fires until we include in any disaster relief items which will prevent it or at least mitigate it from happening again. So you're going to see us proposing both of those.
Like water. Little things like water. You know, the party of common sense. See, we're the party of common sense. You're not, in all fairness.
Yes, sir.
We like water to put out fires. It's really quite efficient. All right.
Thank you.
Now, I thought that for all the smoke he had for her, he should ask her for Gavin too. But with that said, I agree with Trump. I do, because I don't know if you guys have seen the videos, but I don't have nothing to show here today because I ain't going to search for all of them. But it was plenty of videos of people online. They were trying to get in their communities. They brought in the National Guard, right? So these are communities that are no longer on fire. People are looting their stuff. So then they brought the National Guard. But then people who lived there that could prove they lived there with their ID and everything, they were locking them out of their neighborhoods. They weren't allowing people to go home to see if anything was left, to salvage their stuff. Then there were communities that didn't necessarily burn down, but they had been evacuated at one point, and people were trying to go back home to their house, and they were not letting people go back to their homes. There were people in communities that left to go and get supplies or things they may need. Maybe they didn't have power, and they would leave, and then they would come back, and they wouldn't be let back into their communities to get into their house. And so they have been messing with people. Gavin also had a conversation with the news, stating that he had talked to some officials in Hawaii of all places, after the fire that they had. That's just like the fire you guys are having. He was asked about the fact, was everything going to be ready and rebuilt by 2028 when the Olympics was coming in, and he was assuring them that, they were going to build, and that he had been talking to some officials again in Hawaii, which is suspect, right? And they were talking about investors and how to get things rebuilt, and they're definitely going to move forward in that vein. Seems like to me, he just said in another nice way, like, yeah, we're going to build a smart city. This is why we burnt all this shit down in the first place, because it's a land grab. So, there is a lot of red tape, and they be putting people through a whole lot when it comes to the government in a whole lot of ways. So even though, Trump had all that smoke for a woman, but he ain't had nothing for Gavin, he was right in what he said to her. I don't disagree with the things that he said. So, yeah, California is still burning, y'all. And, the officials out there are still acting like they don't know what the hell to do. Gavin still ain't, put no water back in the fire hydrants. How do you live in California and be right by the water? You got fires. There ain't no damn fire in it. Man, whatever. Anyway, LA's still on fire, y'all. Last I heard, it was coming to San Francisco. So y'all be safe out there. It's going to be interesting to see where this goes. Like I said, we're going on over 2 weeks that California been burning. Like, damn, if they don't stop this shit soon, is anything gonna be left? So I guess we have to keep watching and waiting. And in the meantime, I'm gonna get out of here, and I will see you on the next video or the next live.